We've just all about calm down from what was VAR gate, but here's 5 things I think we learned from that valuable point down at Brighton. For me, probably one of the most obvious to start after that point was Anthony Gordon. Look, we all knew he was probably going to have a part to play in the season, but how sharp he looked, getting that, what was almost a penalty as soon as he stepped onto the pitch. He could have a big say to play, and the way Harvey Barnes looked okay in the final minutes on the right-hand side, could we be looking at both? Could it be competition between him, Barnes and Murphy? Regardless, Anthony Gordon was looking good and he could really help us get that Champions League spot. Second one for me, and again, maybe quite obvious, is I think it highlighted we all knew how much of a miss Joe Linton is really going to be if we are led to believe what is true, what Howe said, that he's going to miss the rest of the season. Joe Willock, I thought, looked brighter. He looked sharper. He did some good defensive work in the first half, but it's his decision-making going forward. That's hopefully going to improve with minutes. I think Lewis Miley, this late in the season, is too much of a risk. But all we are realising, probably with every game that comes, and I'm worried about Chelsea a little bit, is how much his power, his aggression, his athleticism is going to be missed as we go into this vital run-in. Third one from me, a little bit more controversial, just my opinion, no evidence of this. I don't think Alexander Isak, as we see this season out, is fully fit. Eddie Howe, before the Brighton game, has been substituting him after 65, 70 minutes. And I just don't think he's the sharp Isak, running the channels constantly, taking a man on, bringing people into play, but grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck as much. And I just think he has missed a couple of chances, but he's still scoring a ton. And so thankful that he banged that penalty in. But I think behind the scenes, we know we can't drop him because we need to get Champions League secured. But I'm just not sure it's a fully fit Isak we're looking at. Point number 4 from me was kind of how Brighton set up. Look, I felt that game smelt a little bit of earlier Newcastle in the season, where we had lots of ball, lots of possession, but didn't create too much with it in the final third when we were in good areas. Newcastle, if we are going to become an elite team, need to learn better at times how to play against the low block, and I hate the term low block, park the bus. I don't think Brighton did it for the full match, but it was ball after ball after ball in the box without creating very much. I do think that was a blip, because if you look at our form, winning 20 matches from 26 previously, it hasn't been too much of a problem, but that was, again, shadows of where we've maybe dropped points this season and something we need to continue working on, because more teams, the better we become, are going to keep doing it against us. And last but certainly not least is next week's cup final. The media might call it a cup final and hype it up, and I think if you look at this league table here, that's exactly what it is. Level on points, we're ahead of them on goal difference. Beat Chelsea next Sunday. We need to all get up for it regardless of the early kick-off, and it's potentially 1 foot in the Champions League. It is massive and nobody can deny that. Anyway, Newcastle fans, get down, let us know your thoughts about some of these points, and as always, keep the faith. Willock!